Just because you lose weight on a diet doesn't mean that it works.
Did you ever try?
I'm not the biggest fan of Lizzo, but I will be damned if a group of thin women hate on her.
What are you going to do? Bully them into liking her?
Because the second I start ignoring my body's cues, it's over. The instant my body tells me it is hungry and I choose either not to feed it or to underfeed it, which is what a calorie deficit is, it knows it's time for famine. It goes into scarcity mode.
Man, what is this BS for real? What are the alarms exactly? Your body starts to melt or something? First world problem at its finest. How do we tell her?
Do not comment on someone's weight change. If you perceive someone to be smaller or bigger, don't.
Didn't you literally comment on Taylor's weight about her anorexia?
People will argue with you until their final dying breath that there's no way someone can be naturally fat. Your whole lineage, big, fat family tree could be in front of them and they'd be like, have you tried diet and exercise?
There's never been a fat plane, both crush survivor. I wonder why.
Does it matter if someone is naturally fat or just fat as a result of certain behavior?
Fat people aren't fat because we just sit around and eat fucking McDonald's all day. I don't even fucking eat McDonald's.
The law of thermodynamics left the chat.
Eating McDonald's for breakfast. So I'm at McDonald's.
A lot of people who are like lower income, they're working to get by, bro. They're working long hours, long shifts. They're not going to have time to even work out. Like obviously they're going to be overweight.
Or like they're too tired to cook, so they're just buy a piece of pizza.
It's not necessarily anybody's fault, right? It's not necessarily an ugly thing because people can't help but be overweight.
The lengths people will go to justify their bad decisions.
Many airlines still don't have clear policies in place to accommodate plus-size passengers. That's why I've started a petition calling on the FAA to require every airline to have a clear customer size policy in place for plus-size passengers.
Can we start a counter petition?
There's a solution to this, but you aren't going to like it.
So, intentional weight loss, so you purposely saying, I want to lose 20 pounds, is fatphobic.
What about health? Lol.
Never heard of him.
Okay, I'll unintentionally lose the fat then.
Categorizing and pathologizing patients based on weight is and has always been lazy medicine.
Always funny when people think they know better than medical professionals.
It is okay to feed your body. Carbs are not the devil. Fat isn't bad. And I mean fat in your food and fat on your body. It's not bad.
Our bodies need calories. Need, but there's a limit, Tess. Can we just have our own island and be beautiful by ourselves? Absolutely. What should we call it? Fat privilege? Don't look at us island?
You're being fat phobic. You're also being a little bit classist. Have you heard of this argument?
I have not heard of that.
When you're somebody who has less money, it's a lot easier to be overweight.
To buy a whole meal at a grocery store is a lot more expensive. But if you go like to say a McDonald's, they have like $1.
Or Little Caesars.
Or, yeah, you could get pizza for $10 to feed your whole family.
Eating 3,000 calories a day is cheaper than eating 2,000?
Hello there. I am no car expert, but I do know that if your car, weighs less than 300 pounds, baby, I'm concerned for your safety. Besties, on my last post, I was never saying I weighed under 300 pounds.
I don't understand. Then why would the car weigh under 300 pounds?
Fat doesn't mean unhealthy. Skinny does not mean healthy, okay?
You have fit phobia.
There is a $1 billion industry invested in you wanting to lose weight.
Sorry that I want to make past 40.
So you want to hear my hot take on plus-size travel and why I think every plus-size traveler should get a free second and even third seat on an airplane?
Why not all seats? I need all the seats, so I need a private plane. If only there was another option. Anything. Any other way.
Anytime I talk about the problems with the BMI, the most common response I always get is, okay, well, what should we use instead? And the answer is nothing.
So basically you're advocating for obese women's feelings are more important than society and health. Got it.
So it's not about you having goals. It's about the fact that perpetuating diet culture and spreading diet culture, a lot of the times most diets turn into eating disorders. There's a lot of research
Sounds a little health phobic of you.
You don't want people getting healthy on your FYP lol. And glorifying morbid obesity doesn't lead to eating disorders? That's fine, I'll just go and enjoy living past 50.
How is eating healthier diet culture?
You're too lazy to get in the gym or to watch what you're eating. It's gonna be difficult, especially if you've been living a life of gluttony.
I can't stand you bitches for the life of me, and the Lord is my witness. When you get on Tinder and you see guys looking for girls they can work out with, they're not talking about me. I work out, but they're not actually looking for a woman who works out, they're looking for a woman who's skinny.
Every single word you said.
I was at a big fancy Hollywood event years ago, and Gwyneth Paltrow was there, or as she had everyone refer to her as GP. Her and her table, which were a handful of her close friends, as she said, that they were going to have something different. Pizza, but not just any pizza, cauliflower crust pizza with no cheese.
She looks and is healthier than all you obese people hating on her, that's for sure.
So dangerous, yet they keep rewarding it.
Right? Hoovering over 10 boxes of Little Debbie Christmas cakes is okay. But this is where the line is drawn. She flexed buying that many.
Now, these knuckleheads love to pretend like they did science beyond high school level chemistry and invoke the name of the law of thermodynamics whenever we're talking about calories and body size. First of all, I want you to start gatekeeping thermodynamics from these dorks. Ask them how many laws there are. If they can't name them all, then they're not a real fan. And second of all, that theory is an incredible oversimplification of how the human body works.
A decade of a calorie deficit saw me gain about 100 pounds.
Just sounds like you're lacking discipline and responsibility over your own body.
If you think fat people talk about weight a lot, then you haven't been around or lived with people who are fat phobic.
Maybe she doesn't want you to die of diabetes since you have no eating self-control.
I have coffee, but I really like soup for lunch. I have bone broth for lunch a lot.
You know, what I find most mental about this is that we've known for years that she is okay with glorifying her eating disorder. And I'm not judging because I have an eating disorder.
Imagine accusing someone of having an eating disorder because they don't pound McDonald's all day.
As a plus-size traveler myself, I know how uncomfortable and unsafe it can be to squeeze into a tiny airplane seat. We are not asking for special treatment or luxury accommodations.
I be extra hungry sometimes. Can I get a second plate?
8K calories come with a price.
I think I know a solution.
Take this as a sign, bro. Do you think this is a wake-up call? Now who is here to blame? What they have to do? Extend the airplane?